Good morning, Boker Tov, Good Chodesh. It's Rosh Chodesh Matok Cheshvan. We should only hear good news, and I just found out today from Tzvi that yesterday was Shalom's 83rd birthday. Shalom Gold, and Aaron, when he dressed Paro, he was 83 years old. So Shalom is still doing his thing, and Tzvi told me to remind him about dum da da dum dum da da dum dum da da dum dum da 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 dum di no
right. When you
Fiddler on the Roof and Shalom on the Roof and the Rivet.
When you was right, that's a good name for an article, right? Shalom on the Roof and the Rivet. So Shalom Gold, who. If the Tzibor knows who Shalom Gold is. Shalom Gold is one of the mispalim for tens of years, maybe 40, 50 years, probably close to 50 years, at the Armenian, at the Vasik Armenian, at the Kaisel, and he's Baruch Hashem advancing in years, Baruch Hashem, and he stopped coming on a daily basis to the Kaisel. But Shalom Gold has many talents, and one of his talents is he is a tokea shofar par excellence, which is he's amazing. And a number of years ago, I found out that Shalom actually goes up on his roof. He lives in the old city. He goes up on his roof every Erev Shabbos, and like in olden days, where they used to have kiosks signifying the coming of the Shabbos, it's brought in halacha. So that's exactly what he does. He goes up to his roof in the old city, and he bellows out the kios of the shofar to tell
welcome the Shabbos.
To tell the people that the Shabbos is approaching quickly. Anyway, so when you said that, it reminded me of a Ravid. There's a Ravid on the Gemara. Gemara says that there were, I forget where it talks about it. I want to say brachos, but I'm not 100% sure. It talks about the muchni. The muchni was the mechanism in the azara that was used to bring up the water from the well for the cure, I guess. So when they turned the muchni to I guess to lower the pail. So when they turned the muchni, it made such a noise. The Gemara says that the noise was heard all the way to Yericho.
Just like the Rechos also were.
Just like the Ketores.
Yeah, right.
Was smelt all the way to Yericho. So there's Chakira, right? What exactly does that mean? Does that mean that, for instance, by the Muchni, that they heard the sound in Yericho? Or does it mean that they heard the sound was so loud that it was heard all the way to Yericho? You have the Chakira?
Yeah, here.
Was it only in Richo and not the whole derech?
Was it broadcast like this broadcast now? Around the world, you can hear this, but it's on the way. You don't really hear it on the way.
You don't hear it on the way. So could you hear it the entire derech to Yericho or only in Yericho? That's the Chakira.
Right.
So the Ravid says that Yericho, I think that Yericho had a special status. What was the special status of Yericho? Since it was the first place that was conquered in Eretz Yisrael, it had a status sort of like of Bikurim.
First fruits.
And therefore, it had a special schus that it was able to have things there that didn't happen any other place. So he wants to say that it was dafka in Yericho, and it wasn't something which was
on the way.
All the way. To
all the way. It was only in Yericho.
In Yericho, right?
Okay, And therefore,
Shmayahu, maybe you can help us find out where that actually is.
okay.
That Ravid, I can remember it, I can see it on the daf. Hasagas, it says the Ravid, but I don't remember where I saw it. I can also look.
Okay, so that's more homework for everybody, and it's a good way to start this year, especially to start Rosh Chodesh. And today is the yard site of Shimon HaKohen Shatten. And since whenever I see the word Shatten, I think of the Shattenstein, but this is the Mar HaShashach.
Stone?
Yeah, that's right. Shatten Stone. The Mahar Shashach. We're going to find out that there is two Mahar Shashachs. This is the Acharon. And then also the yard site of Yisachar Dov Berish Ben Moshe Cohen Turenheim Mi Volborg. And it's also the yard site of Yosef Ben Yehuda Engel. And we're going to learn all about these. But you know something? Even before we do the Tehillim, we're not in a big rush because it's before the changing of the clock. I'm going to remind everybody that on Sunday, October 26th, there are two important announcements. Three, you might not know. The first announcement is we change the clock. We fall back. Okay? So I think because what's going to happen is, what will be the time difference between Israel and U.S. after we fall back?
If we fall back, we get closer.
So it's going to be 6
down
hours.
to 6.
6 hours. That's number one. And number two, October 26th, this is what you do not know, is that the bathrooms, the men's bathrooms, are going to go back to the parking lot because they are renovating the women's bathrooms, and the women are going to use the men's bathrooms. So I just you didn't see the big sign. I know you didn't. So I'm just letting you know, in case you are on your way to the men's side, you got to go to the parking lot. Okay, that's important. Just like I invited everybody to the G4 Nate's Kiddush for Chassan Bereshis. It was on the chat. Benny is giving the special, and he specializes in spicy cholent. So anybody wants to have cholent charif, come to us this coming Shabbos. Everyone's invited, especially those, Charlie in New Jersey, Yehuda and Mitzvah Yericho. You know, guys, you're all invited to G4 Gaonim for Nate's Minyan. Just make sure you get up early enough to come to our Kiddush. Okay, Shimon HaKohen Shatten, that's today's yard site. And as I mentioned, I think we should also, before our Tehillim, we should mention the Cholim, Yosef Israel ben Chaim Michal. Now, I'm going to ask you if you have any update on Yisrael Zev ben Mina Rachel. Do you have any update? No, the same?
No, I don't.
No.
The person to ask is Michael.
Michael. Okay, Shlomo David ben Malka, that's really Steve's son, who, I don't want to get into it, but he's okay, was on his men. Sora bas Bela Leah, Minyamin ben Daniel Margulis, according to my Rebbitzin, her Tehillim chat, the grandmother of Benjamin ben Daniel Margulis, they say he had some brain scan and they're going to come up with some results soon. Dina Lina bas Ora Pasya.
Dina Lina?
That's right.
That's a nice name.
Yosef ben Avital Pasya. Yaakov Moshe ben Gladys Kapton. That's the Yaakov Moshe, the Makubal. Rav Hillel. Chalel. I haven't heard anything, so no news, I hope, is good news.
Never heard of anybody else by the name of Gladys.
Okay. Listen, I've seen.
It's an English name.
No, but I've seen many, especially in France, that they take the names of their parents. Anyway, Aryeh Le ben Chai Tova, that's Lenny, and we just had a super update, and he just announced, I'm announcing it now, there's going to be a Shlach Rock concert near Hashem, December 26th.
All right.
So you can get Baba Benel, Baba Benel. All right, so Boogie in the Shul, which you don't know about. That's where we first started. Boogie in the Shul. Boogie in the Shul.
What you don't know is what the Boogie Woogie is. You don't know what it is, do you?
I think I do. No, it's a name. It's a name of a dance, the boogie woogie.
That's right.
I do know that.
You do know.
Okay, listen, I'm from the 20s.
And I'll tell you how it goes.
Okay, how's it go?
Because I used to play it on the accordion.
Okay.
I used to play it on the accordion.
I'm just letting you know that in this year, you can never know what you're going to get. It's a beautiful year. Nisim ben Ofra, Michal ben Naomi Sarah, these are the grandchildren of Shmaya. No, not of Hananya. Of Hananya. And Aaron Tzvi ben Nechama, that's the young child, the grandson of one of the people who comes around collect tzedakah, who Nebuch was born with a heart defect. Barak ben Tamar, Yisrael ben Imbal Esther, Ashira Rus bas Rivka, that's Pinchas Daniel ben Leah, Moshe ben Fredeleah. Moshe ben Fredeleah, as far as I know, is Moshe Schatz, who I remember in my days in Panovich was a budding Talmud Chacham, and one of his Talmidim told him that he never has a stroke where he cannot even talk right now. But Baruch Hashem, his mind is still active. Chaim Yisrael ben Freida Hadassah, that's the Mash. We hear good things. And in terms of Zivugim, Sholem ben Bela Yehuda, Yehudis bas Chana Rachel, Yaakov. By the way, I keep asking Shmuel about his son Sholem, and each time it changes. It's good, it's bad. That's what tefillos are for, always to try to encourage them. Yaakov ben Rus, Avram Sholem ben Rachel, Tamar bas Sipora, and we just added Malkiel ben Esther, who was supposed to take care of Tzvi's pants, even offered him today. But anyway, we should give him a shidduch. We should find a shidduch better than a shidduch with the pants. A little bit better there. Okay, now we're up to our Tehillim.
Sometimes older bochim, you have to take them by the seat of their pants.
The seat of their pants, literally. Okay. And now.
So I just want to let you know that I found the Mishnah, which says that about all the things of Yericho, and it's actually a Mishnah in Kodshim, in Tamid Perikimel Mishnah Ches. But that's not what I'm remembering.
Does it mention about the noise? Does it mention the noise of the Mukhani?
Yeah, it says Mericho Yoshomim Kol Shar Gadol Sheniftach, Kol Magreifa, Kol Eitcha Sabo Katin Muchni Lakior. Like I said, that's what I said.
So the Ravid wouldn't be around there.
So it brings here everybody brings a Nusach Rambam, but the Rambam, the Rav, Tosis Yomtiv, Ikar Tosis Yom Alecha Shloima, everything on the Mishnah is.
Right.
He doesn't bring here though. Teres Yisrael doesn't bring here Perush Nusa Nosafim. No, but I remember seeing it actually on the daf.
The Gemara. The Gemara, not the Mishnah.
No. So
maybe there's a Gemara over there.
It is. The Gemara definitely brings it. And there's a Ravid there on the side.
So we know where it is, which Gemara to look for. Right? Is that what you're telling us?
No, it's a Mishnah. It wasn't in Talmud. I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll find out.
We'll find it.
Okay, so again, we're back to our...
You need to leave me, by the way, like about an hour and a half with my Yiddish words, because I
Well, this traffic is going to help you.
I have tons of words.
Okay, because we are now 13 minutes into our shir, and we're about to do our
Here it is here, Yuma Daf Chof.
You got it.
Yuma Daf Chof.
Okay, so Shmayo, I think...
B'Daf Chof Amid Beis in Yuma Misaperet al Koiloi Ha'adir HaKoin Agodom HaKippurim Sheyanishva B'Yericho.
Could I ask you a very personal question?
Yeah.
The way you just found out, did you do with the Reb Google? You put in the words and they came up?
Hey, want to tell all my secrets?
Listen, I'm a big Safaria. I go on safaris. Safaria is to me my I go to text, but when I also want to find my text.
So I want to tell you and all of our listeners that somebody in my Chabura told me about something which he says is phenomenal. It's called Daf Yomi, and it's an application called Portal Daf Hayomi. And this lets you find anything in Shas al Makom.
In other words, it has a search engine.
Yeah, here it is here.
A search
Portal
engine.
Daf Hayomi. But it's a proper application. It's not just a search.
I hear.
I'm going to look for it now.
Okay, so let's do our.
You continue.
I'm going to do my Tehillim.
You do your Tehillim. I'm going.
Here we go. Chafei.
כ"ה לדוד אליך אדוני נפשי אשא אלוהי בך בטחתי אל אבושה אל יעלצו אויבי לי גם כל קוביך לא יבושו הבוגדים ריקם דרכיך אדוני הודיעני אורחותיך למדני הדרכני ועמיתך ולמדני כי אתה אלוהי אישי אותך קיוויתי כל היום זכור רחמך אדוני וחסדיך כי מי עולם המה חטות נעורי ופשעי אל תזכור כי חסדך זכור לי אתה למען טובך אדוני טוב וישר אדוני על כן יורה חטאים בדרך ידרך ענבים במשפט וילמד ענבים דרכו כל אורחות אדוני חסד ואמת לנוצרי בריתו ועדותיו למען שמך אדוני וסלחת לעווני כי רב הוא מזה האיש ירא אדוני יורנו בדרך יבחר נפשו בטוב תלין וזרעו יירש ארץ סוד אדוני ליראיו ובריתו להודיעם עיני תמיד אל אדוני כי הוא יוציא מרשת רגלי פני אלי וכונני כי יחיד ואני אני צרות לבבי הרחיבו ממצוקותי הוציאני ראה עוני ועמלי וסר לכל חטאותי ראה אויבי כי רבו ושנאת חמאס שנאוני שומרה נפשי והצילני אל יבוש כי חסיתי בך טוב ויושר יצרוני כי קיוויתיך פדי אלוהים את ישראל מכל צרותיו
אחינו כל בית ישראל אחינו כל בית ישראל הנשונים בצרה ובשביה עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה המקום ירחם עליהם יוציאם מצרה לרווחה ומפל יורה ומשיבה לגאולה השתה בגולה ובזמן קריב ונאמר אמן פדי אלוקים את ישראל לייז אויס ריבונו של עולם מדין לייז אויס ריבונו של עולם דיין מכל צורosiו von alle seinen Zores. Ich bin Mispalel auf alle Yidden sollen nitzel werden von alle Zoros. And that's the Yiddish today for me. Of course, when we get closer to our destination in another 3 hours, we'll most probably, then we could do a lot of our Yiddish words. Okay. Today is the Yortzad HaShimon HaKohen Shat, Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan, Aleph Cheshvan, Reb Shimon ben Reb Moshe HaKohen Shatan HaMarashashach Acharon Nolad ב-1804 ונפטר בהונגריה ביום א' חשבון שזה היום ב-1860. רב שמעון היה ממשיך דרכם של שושלת רבנים מפורסמים. סבו של רבי שמעון היה בנימין זאב וולף קאץ שטן אב בית דין דירפורט. בנו של רבי יוסף קאץ שטן מפרנקפורט. דמיין אב בית דין ליסה בנו של רב משה קאץ שטן שאחותו הייתה סבתו של החתם סופר. בנו של, we're going down the Ben של רב שמואל קאץ שטן המר shach. The first Hamar shach. Shimon Shatan, that's where it goes all the way through HaKohen. Niftar be'el shramot shasre shechiber et sefer kos yeshuos v'yirabah shel Darmstadt v'rosh yeshiva b'Frankfurt am Main. Al af shetzio lo kohayin karav b'kilo chashuvot Rab Shimon Yoshav achar nesitov be'tokaj be'beit hagvir Rab Meir Schlesinger v'achar mavet mot ishto ניסה את אסתר ביתו של רבי יונתן בנימין אסטרייכר, אב בית דין צ'קנר. היא הייתה רק בת 14 והסכימה רק בתנאי שבעלה ישמש כרב של קהילה. אז הסכים לקבל את הזמנה של קהילת שרוש פתק, קהילה חשובה מלאה תלמידי חכמים אבל ענייה. שם כיהן כרייבד בדחקות עד מותו. משם שלח פתקה לצדיק האדמו"ר מזידיצ'וב, שאמר שברגע שבא הפתקה לידו מיד הרגיש בגדולת קדושת המשלח. גם האדמו"ר רב חיים מצאנז העריכו עד מאוד. הוא היה תלמידו של רבי עקיבא איגר מפוזנה. ספרו כהונת עולם מהרש"ש האחרון, חידושים על סוגיות הש"ס בדרך הפלפול, היה מוכן לדפוס בשנת 1857, אבל יצא לאור רק אחרי מותו על ידי נכדו רבי יעקב צבי הכהן שטין כאן. הנכד הזה מוסר בהקדמה פרטים מעוניינים מתולדות המחבר משפחתו, שם סופר, בהסכמתו לספר מדגיש את הקרבה המשפחתית בינו לרב שמעון, משבח את קהילת שרוש פתק על בחירתו כרב שמעון. גם האדמו"ר רב חיים הלברשטיין מצאנז ממליץ בחום על הספר. בנו של רב שמעון שטין, אבי המוציא לאור, נאלץ לשנות את שמו לשם כאן, אבל הנכד רב יעקב צבי החזיר עטרה לישנו וחתם בשם שטין כאן. שמעיהו, another assignment for you, עוד עבודות בית. למה היה צריך נאלץ לשנות שמו לכאן?
ולמה לכאן?
כן. או כהן, הוא כהן, זה לכאן, יכול להיות. הוא כהן כאן, אבל למה נאלץ לשנות?
אז למה לא כהן?
כן. הנכד מספר שבסוכות שנת 1860, כעשור ימים לפני פטירתו, כאשר הספר כבר היה ערוך להדפסה, טייל רב שמעון עם בנו ואמר לו שרצונו ליתן לחיבורו את השם כהונת עולם, משתי סיבות. כי הוא ממשפחת כהונה מיוחסת, ובגמטריה תרכ"א, שזה השנה שהוא נפטר, שהיה לזכרו. So he knew he was about to die. רק אחרי שנפטר הבינו את מה שמרמז. And now from his Sefer Kuhnat Olam, Shmayahu brings Klal Zayin, Prat Yudalid, בעניין ברכס השחר. כתוב בשולחן ערוך אור החיים שכל אחד מברך את ברכס השחר בעצמו, אף על פי ששומעו מחברים. כי לא מתכוונים לצאת על ידי שמיעה. אבל המביט ומרשתם חולקים ואומרים שצריך לכוון ואחד יברך לכולם. רב שמעון הכהן מחדש שיש להכריע, וזה בהסתמכות על הפרי חדש.
מה הייתה הסיבה שלפי זה שצריך כל אחד להגיד?
אני לא יודע, ברוכס לא צריכות, אני לא יודע.
מה הוא אומר? שכל אחד צריך להגיד למה?
כל אחד...
הדעה הראשונה. יש דעה שאחד...
הדעה הראשונה.
כן.
הוא אומר שכל אחד צריך להגיד את זה, כי אין מישהו לא יכול להוציא אותו, זה לא כמו ברכס נהנים. מישהו לא יכול להוציא אותו.
מה זה?
זאת אומרת שכל אחד מברך ברכס מעצמו, אף על פי ששומעו מחברים, כי לא מתכוונים להוציא ולצאת על ידי שמיעה. You don't have in mind to be יוצא.
If you do.
Okay. לכאורה it says it's not מכוונable. רב שמעון הכהן מחדש שיש להכריע.
זה נזכר לי של האבודרם.
כן.
האבודרם שואל על מועדים דרבנן.
כן. כל אחד צריכה להגיד את זה, כי כשזה בא להודעה, אי אפשר מישהו אחר להגיד את זה. כל אחד צריך להודות בעצמו. אני זוכר את זה.
The Russian rabbi would be very proud of you.
Let's leave that alone, please. Okay. זה הסתמכות על פרי החדש, שברכס השחר הם מעין ברכס הנהנין. ואם כן, לא ניתן לצאת ידי חובת בברכת חברו. רק בדין שומע כעונה, וזה אינו מן המובחר. כי דין ערבס שייך דווקא בברכת המצוות. אוקיי, עיקר. זה קצת פלפול, אבל אנחנו ממשיכים על היורצה יששכר, דוב ברש, בן משה הכהן, טורנהיים, מוולברוז' מכונה בעל עבודת יששכר. נולד ב-1801 ונפטר ב-1877, נולד בפטרקוב, פולין. למד בעיר בלשקה קליש. אחר כך לזגרז'. אחר כך אצל רב חיים מוולברוז. אחר כך לרדושיץ, אשר אצל יששכר בר מרדושיץ. נולד, אוקיי, ב-1861, כשנפטר, מילא מקומו והקים חסידוס חדשה. ב-1876 רצה לעלות לארץ ישראל ונשאר במקומו. הוא חיבר עבודת יששכר, אמרי נועם, סדר הזמנים. היום זה גם יורצייט של יוסף בן יהודה אנגל, נולד ב-1858 ונפטר ב-1920.
Joseph Engel?
That's what it says. Aleph, Ayin, Nun, Gimel, Yud, Lamed, Engel. That's the angle. Nolad, Betarnov, Poland. Bioto Yeled Nechuna Eloi Metarnov.
Gilyone Ashas.
I'll tell you in a second. Mechaber Beisa Otzar. I don't see Gilyonos Ashas, but anyway.
And it's not the Rabbi Yosef Engel that we all know.
Okay. He was known as the Eloi from Tarnov. In 1906, Avar LeKrakov, Kibel Mishra, Tchila Kedayan, B'Mehera Ayala Av Bezdin.
What year was this?
1858 to 1920. And we're talking about he became, in 1906, he became an Av Bezdin. Be'el Shamod Abasre Avar Levina, he came, Hu Chiber Beta Otzar, Lekach Shuv, Itvan D'Oraisa, Svias Panim L'Torah, Shivim Panim L'Torah, Gruros Shmonim, Otzros Yosef,
Gilyone Ashas.
Gilyone Ashas. Tzvi, where's that Russian rabbi? Where is that Russian rabbi?
Let's not talk about that.
Gilyone Ashas, Shav Denachemta, Chosef Osheris, Yosef, Sione L'Torah, Tiferes Yosef Ben Porat, V'Mamar Halvana. These were the things. Now, we actually have time to learn. The whole shir is called Nidchei Israel. So guess what? We're actually going to learn some Nidchei Israel. Going to learn some Nidchei Israel today.
This is a Chiddush.
Traffic next week ain't going to have this. When you change the clock, it'll be
Medrash below.
Nidchei Israel. We're in Perek Yud Beis, and we're learning about the importance of Kviyas Itim LeTorah. Haguluyot mitkansim b'schus haTorah. The exiles, the kibbutz golios, is only because of schus haTorah. Shenemar, gam ki yitnu b'goyim ata akapsein. That's from Hosea, Perek Ches, pasuk Yud. Listen, if we were chidon of Tanakh, I'd have to tell you this pasuk, it would really be, only those guys who, though they were given among the nations, I will gather you together. Ubeirahu, what's the pshat? The Chavetz Chaim brings kipshuto ki yitnu b'goyim ratzalomer ba'ochin ifdorim miskorim, when they're wandering b'toch hagoyim. The whole book of the whole sefer of Nidchei Yisrael is written for those people who are wandering and exiled, who left Russia and go to New York and South Africa. L'kach siyum ha'posek ki ata lahodos lanu shalimud. When you kovea itim, even when it's it's hard, this brings the gula. Be'emes kasheir mitgore yira lil motora be'eshahu ponoi be'amolo yatsa mizeh toas rabal kaminyonim. A person who has a job and has a little free time and uses that free time to learn Torah, that brings a great amount of benefit. And what are they? He brings out Aleph, Shehu Makayim Mitzvah Limud Torah, Shehi Noheges B'chol Zman, B'chol Inyan, L'fum Tzara Agra, L'hefech, Unenash B'oven Bittul Torah She'andam Chamarot. In other words, the first thing is Makayim, if you Kovea Itim Torah, you learn the mitzvah of Limud Torah, V'yigisu B'am Yom V'layla. Beis, She'adeze Yeda Ech Lehisnagig. When you're in Chutz La'aretz, you don't have Rabbanim, perhaps. You come to a place, a winkel, come to a place,
Winkel?
a winkel, to a place where there, no man's land. There were really no rabbanim or anything like that. So especially in the early, people came to New York. We just heard yesterday, Buba, how they came to early America, and really you didn't have like what we have today in New York. You didn't have all the facilities. So why did
he send Reb Noach Weinberg to Europe?
I don't know. I do know why my grandmother did not let my father go to Europe.
He sent the grandfather sent his daughter to Sor Shnira, the son to Berucham.
Right.
But Reb Noach, therefore he made him that...
a sportsman. Maybe he really wasn't in the way he was. He figured he would not really get along over there with all his American background.
All American.
Yeah.
Well, he was born there.
Yeah, it seems like he was born on the Lower East Side. Azai Menach.
The other ones came from Europe, so they were a little different.
Could be. Anyway, afilu adam de'alma yadua shelimud mevili de masa. A person who learns halacha, it brings you to masa. We're already into 31 minutes. Holy Toledo! We got to zoom up. A person's like groping, a blind person going. That has no one to ask chilas. Therefore, learning brings lamaisa. Torah protects you from all your negative friends. Person learns Torah, it makes a kiddush Hashem. People learn morality, good things. In the beginning it's schwer because people make fun of him. People should not be ashamed of their doing Torah, as it says in the Orach Chaim Aleph Aleph, the Ramah. If you become ashamed with your doing mitzvahs, you'll lose all your Torah. Gam kein imasha mispalel, imasha miniach tefillin, imasha ein ochel noim, achilas isur, imasha notel yadav la'achila, vorchi berchas mazon. People will make fun of you putting on your tefillin, the fact that you only eat kosher food, that in fact you have to make a berchas mazon, that you blow a shofar, all the other missions, you run a berach smoke, keep your fields there, yifruk me'al smoke chol malchus, eventually he'll drop all the mitzvahs. This is the Gemara in Eidos, Perek Mishnah Hey, Halacha Vav, Perek Hey, Halacha Mishnah Vav, that it's better to be called a Shota all his days, and should not be a Russia, a person who doesn't do the mitzvahs before a Kadosh Baruch Hu. With that, I wish everyone Chayev Tovim, Yom Tov.